And it's just, I look back and I like, damn, how can I have been so ruthless, heartless, you know? And I know you feel the same way because you did stuff that, that, I mean, it just like, how could I have done that? I also believe 100% that we had to deal with these things. We had to experience these things, that it was meant for us to experience these things to
Yeah.
get to where we are now. So we could talk about it and we could share it. Um, I'm not the biggest, you know, religious person, but I believe in a higher power. And I was put through all these years, with trials and tribulations, so I could learn and have experience and knowledge of that type of lifestyle, just like you. Now we could actually share it and hopefully save one person. If we save one person, we did something.
Yeah.
And that one person will continue and he will save one person. It was just going to be the domino effect.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
what I believe.
We're in an age, bro, where mass media just makes it possible to do that. Now, it was when we were growing up, it was a lot harder. I
Yeah.
remember the vatos that were the, what do they call them? The vatos, the gang interceptors, or what do they call them? The vatos that come and tell you don't join gangs and stuff when you're a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Gang preventage.
yeah, preventive, yeah, gang preventer or whatever, right? So um but they could come and they could talk to you in juvenile hall and talk to 10 people. We can actually sit here and talk to thousands of people at one time. You know what I'm saying? And I know that this channel is small and whatever, but I mean, one person hears it too. We just need the people to hear it. You know what I mean? That need to hear it. I don't care about, people that are just here for the, I mean, not that I don't care about them, you know what I mean? But if you're on the right path, I mean, you can sit here and listen to this just as motivation to continue, but this is for the people that are on that line, that are that are still struggling with what they want to do. This is for the 13-year-old kid that wants to be cool at school. You know what I mean? This is for the 18-year-old kid or 17, 16, 15, now that they transfer to adult courts, that's already headed to prison. And you're going to be going to prison. Maybe you're out on pretrial or whatever, and you're going to get a little bit of time. Just do it and get out, man. You still got life. I know at 17, 18, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years sounds like a long time. Sounds like a lifetime sometimes, right? It's not. And I know it's easy for me to say because now I'm looking back and we always look at that adult that tells us that and they're like, man, come on, you don't know what I'm thinking or how I feel. I do. I was there. I was 17. I got transferred to adult court. I got 6.5. 6.5 is nothing. You know what I mean? That's a drop in the best, man, kitty time. But to me, I'm like, damn, I'm not going to get out till I'm 23 years old. I'm going to be an old man. That's how I looked at it. Right. And then I picked up I ended up doing 20 damn more. And that's the problem, right? I could have did that original kitty time and got out and done something with myself. And even though I had that felony on me, that's, I mean, look at all the felonies I ended up with. This is not a hindrance to life. You could make it an excuse, but that's all it'll be, is an excuse. None of that stops you from doing what you want to do as long as you're ready to do it. So to sit there and try to, don't justify your act like, I'm stuck in the pinta, I'm here for 10 years, it's over. I'm just going to make this my life. You're throwing yourself away, and then you're getting involved in something that where they're going to throw you away. Don't do that to yourself. For what? I mean, if you really respect yourself, if you really think you're that vato, prove it in the
Ex-
other way.
educate yourself. Don't
Exactly.
be don't be stuck. There, even though if you go to Supermax or wherever, there's like you said, books, read, knowledge. I mean, that's the best way to do time, to learn any kind of trade, education, whatever you can in there.
Yeah.
And that's going to be helpful when you get out.
And what's crazy is most of us put importance into that even when we're on the wrong path, right? Bunch of everybody, the Carnales are always reading and trying to learn and be smart and all that because everyone knows there's value in that. And the reason there's value is because it's valuable to you. It's to your life. It makes you somebody. That other highlighted the acceptance of these vatos that are in there, the ones that are really in there for life, the ones that threw their life away. That doesn't give value to your life. I mean, for what? You're just gonna be in a cell the rest of your life. And I know we're getting deep here, and this is not what this is always gonna be. We're gonna, well, we'll have other topics. Like I said, uh, we'll figure this out as we're going. I think. I
Yeah.
don't know. What do you think? How do you see this? How do you see us doing this, brother? What kind of vision you got for what we got going on here?
What we're doing right now is just presenting ourselves and asking the people also to help out. What do they want to know? What is their interest? Um, anything to do with what we've been through. If they have kids that are on the fence and they need some kind of, you know, what can I do to help prevent them from stepping all the way over to the wrong side? You know, you have a kid. Unfortunately, I have no kids, but I've been around a lot of kids and a lot of youngsters. You were you were a youngster when I met you. Now
Mhm.
you're an old ass man.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, it's going to be interesting and it's going to get better as we go on. Like you said, this is we're um, just starting back up. It's going to be a weekly thing, hopefully a couple times a week. Like you said, he's busy. I'm extremely busy, way past my bedtime right now. But
Mhm.
uh, I'm going to take time out and get these videos done, get this knowledge out to you guys because it's needed. You know, the lifestyle out there. I mean, in some neighborhoods, it's I mean, it's getting bad. You know, especially with the corona, uh, all the shutdowns, and people don't have anything to do but plot against other people,
Mhm.
getting into criminal activities, which is not worth it. You know, that just that one slight decision can alter your whole life,
Yeah.
your life, your family's life, everybody.
I heard somewhere. I'm not one of these shows. I can't exactly remember which one. I would give it credit if I remembered, but Tabato said uh, that he was torcido, and the older Vato told him, "How long did it take you to do your armed robbery or whatever your crime?" And dude told him, "Oh man, I was in and out. It was like 3 minutes." And that dude said, 3 minutes cost you 20 years of your life.
Mhm.
And I think we all got that minute. It's fast, bro. It happens fast. It's it's uh it's 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 crazy how quickly your whole life can change by one mistake or one bad thought or the one bad action, bro. But to be honest, it starts with us putting ourselves in that position, right? It's not just those 3 minutes. It's choosing the people you're hanging out with. It's you find yourself with those in that position of those 3 minutes because of the other decisions you've made to get there, you know?
Hmm.
So,
Exactly. It
so
all
I know,
begins. It all begins as a thought, your thought process, and once you decide what you're gonna do, then it becomes action, and that's where everything fall apart.
yeah. And I mean, the main thing here that I guess we like to deter it all, and unfortunately, we know that um, that's probably a big endeavor. You know what I mean? But I think I'm happy with just putting out there, bro. Mostly what I know about the Arizona Mexican Mafia, and really prison gangs in general, bro. They're all the same. All of
Mhm.
them they're all set up the same. They all got the same situation. I mean, I don't care what state you're from. Uh, I don't. If you're in Connecticut and they got a prison, it's all the same stuff, bro. There's no differences when you're talking about prison gangs. So that's kind of my main target here is just to tell you, just stay away from that side of it. Like, I'm not gonna say, although I would like to tell you, don't commit any crimes, live your life as good as possible, all that stuff. I think my target here is to say, if you end up in the pinta for whatever decisions you're making as a kid, as decisions that we make as kids get us into these positions, at the very least use that as the catapult to get you to better yourself,
Mhm.
and know that the clica, the prison gang, whichever one it is not going to be the one that's going to get you where you want to be, or is not going to fill the void that you think it's going to fill. These vatos will end up wanting to, or maybe killing you, and that's just the bottom line. That's where it all ends up at the end. I don't care if you're the baddest dude in town, if you're the boss of it all, if you started it, all that stuff don't mean nothing. At the end of the day, it's like those. I think I heard an analogy where the crabs, they say that you put them in a basket and they all claw themselves, the other ones down to try to get to the top. And that's the clique, that's the epitome of the clica right there. That is the end, as I know it. These vatos are no good. They're treacherous. There's no rules. You can forget all that shit you hear about rules, and that these are stand up vatos. You got sex offenders in it. You got everything in it. All of that stuff that you hear is not supposed to be a part of that. Is all a part of that, and there's reasons for it. The politics, the favoritism, all of that stuff. And you'll sit there and be like, "Whoa, how did he get this if he had that?" It's all favoritism. There is no nobody. There's no the rules that you've heard about. The
The structure that you believe that's there, it's not there. There's no
Yeah,
structure.
there's no integrity involved here. These vatos are not, they're not the ones with the integrity and the pinta, and that's why they choose to be separate from everybody else, because they're the ones that don't accept the garbage. Nah, they are the garbage, bro. At the end of the day, they are the garbage. They're the ones that are destroying a lot of people's path to rehabilitation in there. You know what I mean? You're in the pinta already. Do what you got to do to get yourself out of the life altogether. I mean, you and I'm still writing about you. You know these dudes, bro, that they're still in there. We got people that we know that have been in and out of there since Adobe Mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're talking about 50-year-old vatos.
I was just thinking about them too. All them ones over there in that one that one
Buckeye.
in Buckeye. That all them guys were the main core of the Mexican mafia. The true blue. I mean, there no questions asked on these dudes that are over there right now. And they finally, after years and years and years, they finally realize that it ain't worth it.
Yeah.
It ain't worth it, you know.
Yeah.
And
They're all sitting there now wishing that they would have not taken that path, just like we do. You know what I mean? Like we lost years, brother, because of the path we decided to take. Fortunately, we have this chance. You know, we got a chance again, and some of them may not get it, some will, and hopefully they're gonna, they'll choose a different path. A lot of them that I write, hopefully going forwards, is something I want to talk about here with this program. We can have some of them call in some of the names that people have heard. Um, we can have some of them call in, and they can tell you from their own mouths how they feel about what they chose. Um, all those names that people talk about, that people ask about, we'll have them call. We're writing. You and I have spoken to quite a few of them. Um, Four of them just got transferred over to Buckeye last week from SMU2, that they decided to step down or walk away from it. And so we're gonna see how we can get this put together where we can involve them as well, so that people see, like those people that you've been looking up to for 20 years, they feel like we feel. They've seen what we have seen,
mhm.
and we're just telling you. I mean, look at it through our eyes and you'll see it too. And that way you don't got to experience the shit.
A lot of them guys over there in Buckeye, they're never getting out, but they're getting peace of mind now,
Yeah.
and able to sit back, and even if they're gonna do the rest of their time in prison, they're gonna do it on their own time
Yeah.
with peace of mind.
Yeah. I mean, one of the wheelers that I got uh was he wrote me and said, man, we got here, we got transferred, all of us came here together. I just got my property. I'm finally gonna be able to one of them said, I'm finally gonna be able to catch up with my daughter. Because over there they get that 5-minute phone call once a week.
Right.
Now in Buckeye, they can call. I mean, I'm not sure if it's every day, but it's a lot more and a lot longer calls. So yeah, I mean, they're happy. I mean, yeah, some of them, they have to take advantage with you got to do the best you can with what you got. So yeah, some of them are stuck there for life, and I feel bad for some of them, and but that's the path they took, and that's what we're trying to tell people to avoid. They know it. Most of them now regret it, and they're all praying on that one change in the law or one little thing that they can take advantage of to maybe get out someday, and do things like we're doing them. And I get that wheel out where they say that, man, if this happens, I would love to do what you're doing. I would, get involved.
They want to be involved. I mean, now, and they got stories. I mean, each and every one of them guys, they've been hands on for years,
Yeah.
so they understand and they know, and definitely going to get them involved. There's a lot of stories of negative. It's there. Most of them are negative, but you have the success stories too.
And
And
the thing that I want people to see is, in the end, where are they at, and my body and mind, right? So good thing they didn't end up dead in that juego. But look at them; they've changed their mind. They see it for what it is, and they're done with it. So I was talking to. He actually told me he doesn't mind being involved and wants to start here. So I'll mention him. Big Carlos, Earthquake. Uh, he told me he has 36 calendar years in there. And I think he told me 32 of them or 31 of them in the lockup. And now he's finally walking a yarda and he's done. And he told me that, like, he's like, man, now I'm watching. He says, I'm watching the autopsies of these youngsters, that are doing what we did. He's like, I see it with my eyes now. He goes, I autopsy it. And he's not talking about death. He's talking about the situation, right? And he sees it for what it all is now as it's happening. And he's like, man, I feel so bad for these dudes, man, that are taking that path, that are doing that. And he can't, he's going up for parole, but there's no guarantees. He's changed his life now, and he's hoping, but that's all he can do.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on all this, where we're headed and what we're doing. You got anything to add, brother? What you thought thinking about?
Oh, that's about it for now. We're going to be here to stay, so tune in. It's going to get better. Like Cricket said, if you guys have any questions, anything, send them.
Yeah,
If we don't know them, we could probably find out.
yeah. We'll attempt to address anything that comes forward. We're not afraid to talk about anything. Um, any questions you have, anything that you'd like to, any topics that you'd like us to talk about. Uh, I think we'd be willing to do that. So we appreciate you guys tuning in on this one. Uh, Hopefully, we didn't we didn't repeat ourselves too much, but going forward, just stay tuned. Like Topper said, we're gonna do this, and that's
Yeah.
that's the plan.